from the house.
Okay.
And he reported them as missing.
Okay.
And this matter has been very concerning to us because we were told that they removed the children on the premises because there was a care order. And we know that there is no care order which prohibits the boys from coming home on Friday and Saturday, which the court has allowed.
Okay.
So on what premises did they remove them?
Okay.
By the police saying that they've seen the court order. I'd like to see which court order the police saw, which made them come and remove them.
So which police officers came to your address?
I wouldn't know their names, but I have their...
There were so many of them.
Okay.
Like there was about 3 or 4 police vans.
So looking at the job, it looks like it happened on the 18th.
It was on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday. Yeah.
So there was a call that was made into us for concerns for the children, and it looks like it's social services that have removed the kids from the premises.
No, but the police came to arrest them.
The police came to do what?
Yeah, they came and they arrested the boys. The boys were literally arrested.
Like with force.
Yeah, they were taken off the house with force. Like it was really bad.
So they were arrested for a crime, or they were?
They were arrested for coming home to their home.
And they were brought here.
Yeah, and they were brought here. They were actually brought here, kept in custody. The boys have narrated their ordeal to us, like what even happened here after they got arrested.
And then where did they go after that?
We have been told that the foster carer came to pick them up.
Right, okay.
From police custody, yeah.
And my other question is, why would the foster carer communicate with the police knowing where the boys were? Now reports it as them missing. And the police come and take them on the premises of missing children.
So were they meant to be with the foster carers?
No, the boys had always been coming home every single Friday.
Right.
They do come home, allowed by the judge, because they have admitted that they were not supposed to take these boys. These boys shouldn't even be in care.
Right.
So this is something that the court has admitted. This is something that the social workers have admitted. So this call was made, I believe, by the foster carer to get the boys arrested, because every single time the boys come, the foster carer will actually threaten the boys. He said, I'll call the police on you. Knowing that the boys are going to get arrested and how traumatic the arrest is.
I spoke to the foster carer and I said, why are you threatening the boys with police? He's 16 years, 14-year-old boy. You cannot always threaten them with police. If tomorrow morning you want to pick them up, you meet them, they said that evening, they said they will be coming to even meet you at Little. And you said you can't come. It's late. So why would you in the morning now send the police to come and remove you? Whilst you can just text a message that, can you boys meet me at Little or wherever you have agreed to meet them?
And knowing how brutal the police are when they come, they just come to arrest. They don't even ask any questions.
Now
the boys were even
the boys
sleeping.
Were sleeping.
Right, okay.
In the morning, as a foster carer who have got the best interests of the children at heart, test them, I'm on my way coming, meet me. Why would you now call the police to be the ones to remove the boys from the house?
Yeah.
So our concern is also the police, the way they handled the situation, the way the boys got arrested. The arrest was very, very brutal. My son Shingi was pushed around. They came asking, do we have weapons in the house? Stereotyping the boys. I even asked them that, do you know what? It's very concerning that even all of you are white. There's not even a single black person. You come here and you ask a 14-year-old, where are your weapons when he's in bed? The way it was handled was truly, truly disturbing. We also want the police
to be accountable.
Yes, we know that you were told by the foster care to just come and arrest the boys. But these boys were bundled into a police van. Yeah, and we know that if these boys were white, there's no way three police vans, 4 police vans will come and say, where are the weapons? Push my son around. My son is saying, just leave me alone. He's being pushed around. He was told, you've got no rights. He was told what you want.
Even though you are 16,
yes.
you've got no rights.
He was actually told, you've got no rights, what you want don't matter. When we started narrating the racial abuse, they said, don't play the race cards. How can a police officer in this day and age, where we know is racism there?
Do you have the
believe?
details of these officers? Or?
Yes,
Yeah, we've
numbers.
got them. We've got them.
Okay.
We took the badge number, but we haven't got it with us now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't on duty on that day, so I can't vouch for what happened at the scene. All I would say is, like, if you ring 101 and make a complaint with them, then that'll get looked into. I can't review that job. But in terms of where your children are now, do you believe them to be with the foster carers?
They are with the foster carers, but we believe that they are not supposed to be in foster care because there is no law in this country considering the fact that the crown is not legitimate.
Yeah, so that's all like done through the family courts, isn't it? And that's not something police would get involved with.
Yes,
it sounds like this is something you need to discuss with social services,
yes.
Who have got those orders in place that say this.
I think the reason why my Lord husband is here, he also feels that you, as the police force, if the foster carer calls you that go and arrest those boys, you don't even ask any questions, you just come and arrest.
Even in the report, which was made when the foster carer came, the police officer actually, according to the boys, they said the police officer asked him that, why did you call us to go and take the boys when the court has allowed them to? But this one has not been, there's no communication from the police even to us. Okay, we were not supposed
that they were even questioning the behavior
of
the social services and how they are treating these boys. That is behind these doors. But yet our boys.
Duty now, so I don't know whether you want to ask them to leave or come back tomorrow. Will you let them
I'll
out?
lock them up. Yeah.
And then lock that door.
Yes,
as well.
I will. Thank you.
The reason why we are here today is that the police are to be accountable, held accountable for not doing due diligence, and by just when there is a call, they just run.
Yeah, and I can understand that because, you know, when we get calls, we have to come out, we assess the home situation, we speak to social services, we find out if there is any court orders that prohibit the kids from being there, we assess the family home. So if you're saying that hasn't been done, or they've been removed forcibly, which we would never want to do anyway, given the fact they're children, or you've got concerns about how that was handled, you need to put in a complaint via 101.
Even the foster carer said because there is a risk of someone in our house, hence that's why he said he wants the boys home. And the police officer even said the girl who is in the house is no risk to the boys.
Yeah.
The girl is just
where they are in foster care. They even take these children to the party where they don't want to go to the parties, where there are people who take drugs. Right. The children go there. These foster carers,
which they shouldn't be doing, and
the foster carers bring people in the house, right? That are strangers to the boys. The boys have to go and lock themselves upstairs because they're afraid. When they say they don't want to go to the party, they are threatened. Yeah. They have to attend these parties even during Christmas where drugs are being taken. These are the foster carers. Then they call the police to come and arrest a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old, two black boys, because there is a 21-year-old girl in our house.
Right. Okay.
This is why we are here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do 101. I want to come here and get this one resolved.
I mean, I wasn't on duty.
Okay.
I can't deal with any complaints.
Okay.
You've got a complaint about how a job was handled. You need to follow the correct procedure, which is to ring 101. That then gets looked at. That job will then get looked at by our complaints team, who will be in contact with you and they can address any complaints you have. It's not something I can do right now.
Can this complaint be done in this office?
I mean, the police station's actually now closed.
Not today.
Closed at 8 o'clock.
Not today. Tomorrow.
So yeah, if you come back tomorrow between the opening times, the ladies behind the front desk or the gentlemen, you can pass all the details to them and they can log a complaint.
But based on what I've told you, do you think what they did was right?
I can't pass comment. I don't know the full circumstances. I don't know why they were called to your address. I don't know the conditions as to why they were removed. And I can't pass comment for anything that may or may not have happened. All I would say is follow the correct procedure. It'll get looked at independently and they'll come out with an outcome as to whether appropriate force was used or whether it wasn't, and whether we had a right to remove the children.
So if the boys were treated wrongfully, racially abused, mocked, belittled, what is there anyone who is above the police? Because it looks like You guys can do whatever. Anyone can question you.
You know, we're all accountable. We all.
To who are you accountable to when you've got this power? Because even the police officer even said it.
Yes, he said.
He even said it that we don't care.
I mean,
You know, you guys have got so much power. You do whatever you want to people.
It's not the case. We've only got limited powers, and we all abide by a code of ethics. We've all got to follow that code that says how we act or how we don't act. If for whatever reason during the investigation it is picked up that officers acted wrongfully, then there is misconduct procedures that officers go down.
The biggest thing that shocked me is to say, how dare you play the race card?
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest, from a police officer who is white, dealing with a black family, passing derogatory comments to black children, putting force on them.
Yeah.
Then in that moment he said, don't you dare play the race cards, which is a racist statement in its own.
And I'd like to think that, you know, every job that we go to, there's body worn requirement for us to wear.
Of course.
So that will have been on and playing and recorded everything. Again, that can back up any.
And I think we need to request all the body worn footage.
Yeah.
We have to request, especially the woman who came in the bedroom and asked my boy for weapons, who was literally in bed.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So come back tomorrow when the police station's open. And log your complaint with them now. But at the moment, are you satisfied that you know where your children are? We
do know where they are, but they are being tracked. They're not even allowed anything. They're not allowed to go to certain places. They are literally living as prisoners in this country.
I'm actually worried about my daughter. Where my daughter is placed.
Our daughter. And if we come and say we are do welfare, you see, when social services calls you to say go and do a welfare check, you run. When we come, I've got a daughter who's being racially abused. I've got a daughter who cries herself to sleep, right? I cannot call the police to say, do a welfare check on my daughter. Even a few days ago, the same woman, I've got a video. The woman, the foster carer, Jen, who lives in Darlington, who is looking after my son and my daughter. Yeah. I met a woman here. A woman who has been raped. How many times was she raped? 15 times by a foster carer who is in Stanley, where my boys are living. The woman, she grew up in foster care. Her baby was looked after by the Jen in Darlington, who my boy always has bruises. Now I've been banned from seeing my children, right? Because I tell them that you are coming home, have hope, have faith. Then they say I'm abusing my children. My boy Chaka, every single time we see him, the boy is covered in bruises. I cannot call the police for help.
Why can't you?
Because it was written down. I did it once. I asked for a welfare check. It's used against me. This is why they're putting my son for adoption. They say that because I'll call the police and say go and do a welfare check when the foster carers can do no wrong. Yet we know that in this country, recently a foster carer killed a baby.
And even this Jen, the girl says that she's bruised her own daughter because she described the
same bruises we see on our son. And we have asked, there's no help with social services. I've asked them, remove my children. Okay, if you don't want them with me, please remove them. Remove them from these foster carers. They say no. If they know that I've asked you to do a welfare check, they'll say the child is going for adoption. They'll punish me for that.
Okay. I mean, that shouldn't be happening because if you've got concerns for where your children are, then social services should be listening to that. And
they don't. They don't. And we cannot go to the police.
Darlington, sorry.
My two children are in Darlington.
Okay.
The woman constantly put bruises on the children. The children always have bruises. When they are going back to foster care, they're crying. Literally having to be dragged to a taxi, weeping. At one point, my daughter was crying, which could be heard in the whole town. The moment we report it, they say we are emotionally abusing the children by trying to calm them down, saying, don't stop crying, one day you come home, right? Now, I have met a witness, a woman who knows this woman, Jen, who also had a baby, always having bruises, which we have seen. The children always have bruises. And even if we ask the children, they'll say Jen did it.
Yes.
If we say what happened, Jen did it.
Okay, and is that something that social services are aware of?
No, they don't want us to say it. If we say it, they write in their report that we are accusing the foster carers of harming our children. It's used against us.
Right, okay.
So now it seems like we have no voice.
We've got nowhere to go. We can't come to the police. I can never pick up a call to say, police, please go and do a welfare check. If I do that, it is used against me.
I mean, it shouldn't be held against you because, you know, as parents, you've got the right to know where your children are. And if you think that they're not being looked after properly, then you should be able to address those concerns.
But
I
we
would encourage
can't.
you.
What I'm telling you that we can't. We cannot. I have done that before.
We do not know who to go to.
There's no, right now we are
Because
sitting here because we are
we
in this
come to
country,
you.
but there's nowhere to go.
We come to you and you say go to social
Yes.
services. But these are the ones who are
Exactly.
Yeah.
So who do we go
So
to?
where do we go in
And
this country? There's nowhere to
For
go.
me to come today to even have this conversation with you shows how I feel helpless.
Of course, yes, no, I understand that, but unfortunately we don't have any powers when it comes to family court orders. You know, we're not going to be able to go and take your children back and bring them to you because it's been deemed by social services.
And the
they
judge
are
is
to
also
where they are.
stupid. Also allowing everything.
Yeah. The
All
judge
our concerns.
laughs. He laughs in
All our
court.
concerns, he
When we
laughs
go
at
to
it.
court, when we speak about even
Mary,
racism,
let's
he
go.
laughs. The judge laughs.